Thank you for tuning in to another interview series with Brewnomics at the Lounge, or whatever we're calling it. Is that what we're calling it?
It's at the Lounge.
That's what it's called today. I'm Jerry.
I'm Vic.
We have a special guest with us from 2C Brewing.
Hello, I'm Dan.
This is Dan. Say hi, Dan.
Hi.
Right on. So we're excited to do this one. We've had their beer on the podcast before. Go back and listen to it. I can't remember which episode. So
100.
100.
Not that I know.
There we go. Look at that. I was going to say, just go through all 113. I'm sure you'll find it.
Go through the all 100. It's in there somewhere.
But yeah, man, we're really excited to have you on. I think this is going to be a blast. But
Well, thank you for having me.
absolutely. But why do we do this? To drink good beer.
Absolutely.
So let's get her started.
Woo.
What do you got for us first? Brad, I believe this is the Serrano Lager. Is that how
Good
it's
old
pronounced?
Serrano. This is Serrano.
Serrano.
Mexican style lager. Very clean, easy drinking. Good for your face and for summer. I hope you guys like it.
Again, sometimes I have this problem of speaking into the beer and drinking the microphone, so I'm going to do my best not to let that happen this episode.
You jinxed me, dude.
It's
coming.
We're going to learn about coordination here real fast.
I haven't had
Stay
this
tuned.
one from you guys yet, but I do love a Mexican lager.
Absolutely.
It's one of my favorite crushable beers.
I hear you, man. It's hard to deny the awesome power of the cerveza.
Absolutely.
So, especially right now, after 100-degree teaser weather, it's like everything inside of me said, I need a cerveza.
We need a cerveza, absolutely. After doing the lawn or whatever, because it's that time of year, this is right there. So, what do we got? ABV on this one? Am I seeing a 442?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Right on.
Yeah. Easy drinking.
So right where an all-day drinker should be.
Hopefully.
So you
yes.
just need this and a shot of tequila.
Yeah. Yeah.
shots
I
of
mean,
tequila.
no, honestly, the smokier the better, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. It's
okay.
super good. It's
Good.
super good.
Look, I even got pairing notes here for you today, guys. Look at that.
Well,
And-
we can accessorize our beer experience a little bit.
That's what you should.
I like a good set of loafers and a smoking jacket. Depending on what you do or what you're drinking, I mean, dude, nothing beats a good smoking jacket.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It'll cover whatever you got going on underneath. It's great. It's beautiful.
I do need what's going on underneath covered up sometimes.
Yeah, maybe no pants at all. We'll figure it out. I don't know. See where the day takes us. It's early, guys. It's early.
Dude, if you want your interviews to go a lot more casual, just get that camera pointed over, just above the waist.
Just
you
above
know?
the waist.
Just above the waist. It'd be a lot more casual. Like we're at a bar or something.
So,
Sorry.
oh, this is going to go off the rails. I'm excited. I love
Yeah,
it.
me too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to be the wild card.
Right.
Enjoy my beer.
Well, I am going to enjoy your beer, and while I'm doing that, tell us about yourself. How long have you been in the Treasure Valley area? How long have you been brewing?
I'm born and raised in Eagle, Idaho. I've been brewing since postmodern. Brewers took over the Table Rock location.
Oh, okay.
It's I believe it's White Dog now. And I started over there. They needed an assistant, and I was the guy willing to schlep kegs and put my back into it. And I was like that age where I could.
Where you
know what I mean? Yeah. So I rolled with the punches and got through a lot of learning experience there, a lot of learning curves, and then they ended up closing down in the long run. And I jumped ship over to 10 Barrel.
Nice.
Yeah. So I brewed under Sean Kelso over there for a few years and got a lot of experience under that guy. He's a fantastic brewer.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
I've heard good. I've never met him, but I've heard of him. I've heard good things.
Oh, yeah. Good dude. Absolutely.
So, and that's one thing I've noticed just talking to our friends within the beer industry. Talk about an industry that you have to pay your dues in, huh? You can't just walk in and like, I'm going to start brewing. Just all the kegs, whatever. It's like, nah, bitch. You're starting from the bottom and working your way up here. You have to pay your dues.
So you hear it a lot, like it's a lot like music, that it's very true. I mean, practice makes perfect, and you have to just do it over and over and annoy yourself, and like it gets boring. But that's when you know it, and you have a good quality going. And brewing is always exciting because of the those little wild cards you try to shave off the ends and get the more perfect process going, and it's a lot of fun. I definitely cannot speak from decades of experience, but I could tell you decades later, it doesn't go away. The guys I talk to are still experimenting, exploring, and learning, and refining the process and making it a lot more fun as you go. And it's cool to learn from people like Sean Kelso is really great because he's more of a vet in the industry. So I got to see like an insight into a lot of the way older brewers were looking at the processes that they were going into. So like very standardized procedures in the brewing process right now, I got to see how they debated it, and how the conversation came about, and what it was that they were trying to really like work through these oddball little odds and ends to make a process actually work. So it's cool to see it develop from we're talking, the guy's like only like 10 years older than me. I mean, not much more.
Okay.
But that much more experience has come because of people like him refining the process and innovating and continually making it easier for ding-dongs like myself to get into the brewing world. So it's pretty cool. It's
nice to have somebody handle the ding-dongs, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, we're out there, dude.
You made a great analogy, though, with it being akin to music. I would make it akin to comedy or something like that. But kind of the same. So Tell us about that, because if we read your Instagram profile, which is if you want to throw out your handle, go for it.
Shammy Shakes.
There we go.
Shammy Shakes.
Not only are you the
1M.
1M. That's all right. 1M, plenty of shakes. Are you the brewer of 2C, but also you're in a band called Danger Beard.
Yeah, Danger Beard.
Tell us about that.
It started as a family band with my other Ding Dong brothers. I got two older brothers. Oldest brother's a guitar player. The other one's a keyboard player, producer kind of. He went to school to learn how to record and do all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, he knows stuff. We don't. We're just musicians.
It's important to have at least one
He's
person.
the wrangler, dude. He's like, he cracks the whip and we get stuff done because of him, really. But yeah, I started with that. I've been playing music since I was a kid, and same with them, and we've been at it for a long time.
You're the drummer?
Yeah, I play drums.
Okay.
Yeah, so
cool.
I'm like sort of a musician. I can count really well.
Not trying to say anything.
Someone once
count
told
to
me
4. I do it like a champ.
the drummer's the backbone of the band. But
Oh,
I'm pretty
absolutely.
sure he was a
Nice
drummer,
people say
so
that. I've heard. No, you know what? Thank you. That's very cool.
Led Zeppelin stopped after John Bonham, so
Well, yeah. I don't blame him.
too soon.
That guy's a beast. He got me into the drums.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
God, he got me into the drums, dude. Yeah. Yeah, as soon as I found out you can't like hit a drum like that for the rest of your life without hurting yourself, because I swear if that guy kept living, that's the problem with the 27 club or whatever they call it. Everybody who dies young, they don't have a chance to suck.
Right?
Yeah,
That's true.
they just put out these killer bomb albums right at the height of their career, and then they're legends.
There you go.
I mean, it's super quick and easy. Like, if you want to protect your career, die young, I guess.
One of the best ways to do it, really.
So bad. Don't take that advice. That's terrible.
Brewnomics does not endorse that comment. Thank you.
No, we don't endorse that at all. Live forever, guys. What are you doing?
Oh, so let's switch gears a little bit. So let's talk about the owners of 2C Family Brewing, Mark and Alvin. How'd you guys meet up?
They had a brewer before me that helped him set up their system, Madison. He's out of Reno. He ended up jumping ship, I want to say in June of last year or so. And they were looking for a brewer, and I was just coming off of a shoulder injury. I didn't think I'd be brewing again. Which
Oh no, let's switch gears. What happened to your shoulder?
I blew it out at 10 barrel. So I was there's always a ding dong move. Everybody does. Mine was trying to stop kegs from falling over. And it's as simple as a knee-jerk reaction. You can just be like, "Oh shit!" and then your shoulder's out.
Yeah.
So you're a hero then. Okay, I gotcha.
Oh,
Only
Hero
if the keg
pay.
survived.
They did. Oh
Okay,
yeah,
you're good
of course.
then.
yeah,
You're good.
yeah.
So
Kegs
It's a champion. What are you talking
can't hurt
to
the
here?
keg.
Look at
It's
this.
a
This is
dumb
Dan we're
maneuver. You
talking
can't
to. This is
let
Dan.
it fall. Just there's my real advice. If the keg's moving, get out of the way.
Get the fuck out of the way.
just move along. So yeah, it ended up it blew out my shoulder, but it was really a monkey kind of injury, repetitive injury kind of thing. So it just set it off. And if you injure your tendon, which is what I did in my shoulder, I grew like this little bone in the middle of my tendon, which is like the way it was described to me. It's pretty gross.
So it looks like it's calcification.
It's calcification. Yeah. So a good 2 years of like, doing all kinds of therapy and stuff really didn't get me back on my feet. probably because
2 years.
Yeah, it took a long time.
Wow.
It was
nasty.
like,
then.
yeah, I couldn't
Ouch.
lift my arm, dude. I couldn't I did everything left-handed. I still do everything left-handed because I had to break all my habits.
Oof.
Yeah, it was garbage.
Yeah.
And then this fantastic procedure came out called barbitage, which originally I was staring at, let's go in there with a little like Dremel looking guy and like, yeah, winch me. And no, instead now it's a needle with like a little backwash, and they poke you a whole bunch in the little impingement thing using it's like a ultrasound, so they can see where they're going. And yeah, they break it all up and try and flush it out of there, and we're talking 5 minutes later. So I went through 2 years of physical therapy to find a 5-minute procedure
5-minute fix.
that put me back to
Oh.
where I know.
Come on.
So anybody out there dealing with the bum shoulder, oh my gosh, do yourself a favor and research a little better, and don't just do physical therapy without knowing if it actually is going to get you there or not.
Sometimes
it's kind
get
of
a second
crapshoot.
opinion.
Yeah, second opinions are nice.
Yeah, they're nice.
They're real nice.
So you're recovering your shoulder then, and then that brought you to 2C?
Yeah, about that time, I got back to, what I thought was normal health. I was like doing normal things with my shoulder and whatnot, and this opportunity came up, and they were looking for a brewer. I believe I found an ad on Brewbound or Pro Brewer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good plug for them because if you brewers are out there trying to find a keg job, that's a good way to go.
Or
hop
if you're
on
in the
there.
local area, check out Boise Beer Buddies newsletters. They have job listings as well.
That is a really good point.
And check out our podcast with
Dude,
Stacy.
Stacy's on it. She's like I swear a step before me, and everything. Cause anyway, yeah.
She's good at what she does.
She is. She's really good at what she does. But yeah. So after the injury, they were looking for a brewer. I went out and I met with them, and we just hit it off. Good dudes.
Awesome.
Down to earth, looking to put together a brewery that's not just IPAs and stouts and whatnot.
Thank
so
you.
we had a lot of fun, talking about that.
I have kind of noticed that with some of your beers. That you guys have a much nicer, diverse lineup of beers than a lot of other breweries do.
Thank you.
And it shows, it plays, especially. One thing on your website, it describes as like an old world style of beers, but I definitely get a little bit of that German, Belgian vibe from it there. 'Cause
Cool.
I think we got a really good Tripel from you guys. Am I making that up?
Yes, you did.
Yes,
I did.
It's a lot of
I was
beers.
like-
It's a lot of beers. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Because I love that style of beer, and there was one that was a standout because I judge American Tripels big time.
Ooh,
And that was one where
I think
I
that's
was-
the only beer I didn't bring.
Really? Well, that's okay because it's one we've had on the podcast. We don't like to do repeats.
All right. Oh, good. I love to hear it, man.
But
Okay.
it's one to go out and get for sure.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Yeah.
Me too, because this would be a little bit more of an awkward conversation if it went the other way. I did that Tripel, right? It was good shit.
So
Fair
about
enough, fair
that
enough.
Tripel.
So I really think I like that Tripel. Right? You did a Tripel?
Yeah.
Is that right? No, you know what? Thank you for pointing that out. That was like the funnest challenge that they were posing when I was coming on to the brewery was, look, we want to do Belgian and German styles, which, brewing here, you do not get a ton of experience doing. You do brew a ton of IPA.
Mm-hmm.
You brew a lot of pale ale. Just the things flying off the shelf, man, all the time. So to be able to dabble into the Belgian scene, and I mean, okay, the Belgian scene's a lot of fun, but we were able to do like a quad and a double and a triple, and we're able to do these beers that most breweries would be like, yeah, let's do one once in a while. We know they're not flying off the shelf as much, but we know with good quality and persistence, we can get more of these older, awesome styles into people's faces, and that's really what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
The German thing has been a lot of fun. I think it's a little more warmly welcomed. It's a little more familiar in this area. When people see a Dunkel, they get all excited, and I'm like, really? Oh, my God, okay. That's cool, man. So, when you run into these guys coming through, and a lot of Army guys come through that were stationed around these areas, so we get a really good amount of feedback that isn't just imports, that somebody went there and actually drank at the source and could tell us, Give
Yeah,
us
absolutely.
one of those. I mean, that's really cool.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, that was a big pull for me, was to be able to try to do these styles that get swept under the rug due to IPA and its huge shadow it's casting over the
I
whole.
love IPAs. It is my preference, but boy,
I
does
do
it
too.
create a shadow. Yeah, we've talked about that on the podcast before. You go to
Yeah.
a grocery store with 200 beers, 175 are IPAs.
It's true,
you
man.
know.
It's true.
Speaking of beers, though, now it's time to drink another one.
Yay! What do we got here?
That last one,
I'm
that
getting thirsty.
cerveza was damn good, though.
Ah, thank
man.
you.
I
Yeah,
found
absolutely.
That so
Heck yeah! Now I got to give a shout out to the Edge dudes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we were first starting out, we didn't have our operations running, and we were able to pump a few beers through those guys' system. And because of Brian and David, those magical, wonderful people, they were able to put out some really good quality that we can duplicate on our system because they're awesome. So thank you, Edge guys.
That's really
Very
good
cool.
to hear because I've always enjoyed their beer. They're going to be on the podcast soon. Look forward to that.
Me too.
And so that's good to hear because boy, I'd be nervous. Like, yeah, we did it from those Edge guys.
Oh, sorry.
But thankfully, that's not the case. So, yeah, go check that out.
I love you guys. Don't worry about it.
All right. This time we got us it looks like a 5.4% new Jerusalem Lager.
Yeah, New Jerusalem.
All right. What's that about?
It's a really bad song. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, as
there-
opposed to Old Jerusalem.
The New Jerusalem, that's Nampa's original, that was their handle out there in Nampa. All the men in who settled Nampa? They didn't want saloons, so they named it New Jerusalem because that was what they
So,
were hoping it was, I guess.
a
I don't
saloon
know.
killer. Huh?
Did
Interesting.
they
You
not
know
drink
what? I
beer in
researched the
Jerusalem?
crap out of it. It went right in my brain and right out because apparently it's not that important.
It's not that interesting
I
after all.
love the name because I keep calling it New Jersey Lager, and let me tell you, dude, that nothing puts an image of a flavor in your mouth like a New Jersey Lager. It's really interesting. New Jerusalem, I'm like, I don't know what that tastes like. I think I know what a New Jersey Lager tastes like.
I think knowing what a New Jersey lager might taste like, I'd rather shoot for the Jerusalem one on that.
Thank you, me too. Thank you.
It's an IPA, but the water is just the juice at the bottom of the trash can. That's what I imagine a New Jersey lager would be.
I know Alvin wants to do a Toxic Avenger beer, so that day may come when we get a little creative. Not that creative, but a little,
Yeah.
it might get slimy at some point. I don't know.
All right. So, but back to the lager. I really like lagers. I'm surprised that I have heard, and I don't know, that lagers can take more space, more time to brew. Is that true?
Yeah, it's a time thing. Ales turn over a lot quicker, and lagers, they ferment slower, colder, and it just takes a little longer for them to do what they do. That's how you get those cool subtle flavors, those fun, delicate flavors. And you know what? It's not like that technology isn't that out there for you to pump out a lager faster. There's like a lot of arguments in the brewing world about, the quality of it, or everybody takes a different kind of stand on, these innovative yeasts. I call them innovative. I don't know if they're old or new, but you can do like ferment under pressure, where you put your tank under like 14, 15 psi and kind of stress out your yeast. There's a lager yeast out there that does it, and it's called high pressure lager yeast. And I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. And yeah, it should pump out in like the same time as an ale.
Okay.
So there's like little workarounds they figured out. There's little nuances and subtle differences that you don't really get. But for this guy, we actually we just gave it the time and let it do what it does. And,
It's good because I was getting nervous with lagers because maybe it doesn't, but I don't like. I was getting nervous that it's going to have like that industrial lager taste to it.
The American Light Lager? Is that what you mean? There's nothing wrong with an American Light Lager. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with all you Coors drinkers out there. There's nothing wrong with you. It just give yourself the spice of life and a little variety.
There's just something wrong with your taste buds.
It
But
doesn't.
hey, kidding.
You know
Coors Light drinkers don't watch this fucking podcast.
But hey, you know when it's cold, and that's
I'm
what's
offending
important.
no one. So Coors, put that shit down, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Go buy some craft beer from your local neighbor, from your buddy.
Exactly. Well, not
And
that.
if it sucks, tell them it sucks so they can make you a better beer.
And they'll actually.
That's what we listen to you.
And
We
they'll actually,
do.
listen to your feedback and not just put a fucking Blue Mountain on the bottle.
It's very true. Well, I might do that eventually. Don't remove that. Don't take my options away. I like Matt.
We need to know when it's cold, Dan. The
Peanut Gallery loves us, dude. You can shit on Coors and make friends, dude. This is the way to do it.
But no.
Anyway, this beer's great.
This actually, it is great.
Sorry.
It tastes fresh. It tastes clean. It does not taste industrialized.
Thank
you can
you.
taste a little bit of love in there.
It's in there. Trust me, it's in there. There's love.
Is that the,
Oh, yeah.
the saltiness?
Is that what you're getting? I call it love, my man. There's
Just,
a lot of love in
That's-
this.
Just
I
love
hate
in
to
this
say, but
glass.
this got not only love, it got a lot of love. It's gone. So you're drinking a unicorn right
Oh
now.
hell yeah!
Sorry.
Even better.
Yeah, so don't like it too hard. I don't know. We'll bring it back eventually, I think.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with it because it's a little bit on the fruitier side for a lot of lagers, I think. Not to put, flavors in your mouth or, ideas in your head.
not without consent, at least.
Sure.
Well,
yeah.
yeah. Good point.
It's implied when we got here. It's,
It's
okay.
implied.
We're good.
You know what you're getting.
So, how old is Tusi at this point? About a year?
Yeah, I think it's a year end of June.
Okay.
We're actually putting together a lager fest for the end of June to we're bringing out lagers from every local Idaho craft brewery, well, Treasure Valley craft brewery that wanted to be a part of it. So we're throwing out lagers, and we want people to come down and just drink a ton of lagers and hang out with us and have
Do we
fun.
have a date on that yet? Plug that bitch right now. Or is that still
I
up in
want to
the
say
air?
it's 26th, 27th. But I would check our social media and make sure to double check before you go down there and be like, "Where's the party at?" And it's not there.
Always
So
best. Check the social media. Give it a follow.
give
If
us
you're
a
not
social
sure, it's
follow.
2C Family Brewing. Easy enough.
Yeah, Facebook. The
Wait,
other one.
just for those of
Instagram.
those who weren't paying attention, is it 2C Family Brewing?
It's 2C Family Brewing Company.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Needed to clarify.
Even have a website, 2cfamilybrewing.com.
It's findable. You can find us. We're out there.
Google
Just
it.
Type it, for God's sakes. Come visit us.
Google it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, honestly, we've been having a lot of fun with the Instagram stuff too. Like, we're learning how to use it now.
Isn't it weird?
I hate to say
It
that
re-
I'm a ding dong when it comes to that stuff.
Dude,
but
we're
thank
the
you.
same way, though, because none of us are really social media gurus to begin with.
Right.
And, we almost use it, dare I say, reluctantly. And some of
Yes.
us don't even use it.
I am definitely 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I fear the potential behind it, but then I want to embrace that potential behind it. You know what I mean? It's cool, but I'm also like a loudmouth weirdo, so I don't want that to get too far and put me in trouble somehow.
And that's the
balance.
Yeah,
I'm scared, man. I say dumb stuff and never mean it, but somebody might think I mean it, and
Well, and
I
I'll
don't
say
want that data.
exactly because
Yeah.
it's so hard to read that tone. And then I've been the dumbass that's gone and posted something that I thought was under me, then it was under Brewnomics. And I was like, no, delete.
That'll
delete.
get you.
No, nobody
That'll get you.
Ouch. Post
So,
redacted.
It definitely has some challenges for sure. But I bet drinking this next beer won't be quite as challenging.
Oh God, I hope not.
Indeed. Yeah. What is this? The Jump Creek Pilsner.
Ooh.
Jump Creek.
Ooh yeah.
So, what's a Jump Creek about?
Well, Jump Creek Pilsner is a straight up smash Pilsner. It is just Pilsen and crystal hops. Ooh, I had to think that through.
Oh,
It's been a
Saw
while
that.
since I brewed that one. But yeah, just light, very fluffy, lot of fun to brew. So we kind of have a leg up on other brewers, not to be, bragging or anything, but we have a steam jacketed mash tun.
Oh,
Now this sounds like cool. Ooh, nice. You have a steam jacketed mash tun. But
That's-
honestly, that unlocks so many different styles and potentials in the beer that we brew that I could do step mashes and decoction mashes without really a lot of hassle. Most of the brewing techniques you see around here is called single infusion mashing, which is a very English thing. you're basically stuffing a bunch of grain at a certain temperature to get all your enzymatic Oh man, this is gonna get boring. Look, you stuff a bunch of hold on, you stuff a bunch of grain in this thing at a certain temp. It sits, and then you get a bunch of sugar out of your grain, right? So you have a one-time shot of doing that. Then you stuff all that sugary water over to a kettle, and you boil it, and you add your hops and whatnot, clean it. Stuff it through a chiller to cool it rapidly to go into your fermenter so that you can pitch your yeast and have it ferment, right? So for us, we could start at a very low temperature and do a very different enzymatic conversion that allows us to get very small chain sugars that yeast love to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do this conversion that gives us a very thick, good mouthfeel, a really thick, moussey head. It allows us to go super sweet or super alcoholic and dry. It gives us this wide range of variables that is a lot. It's overwhelming, but it's a lot of fun.
Sounds like a lot of control for sure. It's almost like the slow cooker, if I'm of the world, if I'm understanding you correctly.
Yes, that's a great way of putting it. That is a great way of putting it.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the slow cooker, man. It's very much. I don't know of anybody else who has one, so I feel like the kid in the candy shop with this thing.
That would be awesome.
That's awesome.
It's really cool, and it's kind of lost on a lot of people. But if you bring in brewers, they look at you and they're like, "Are you serious? This thing is, you got that?" It's cool, dude. It's I don't know. I feel like the kid with all the toys.
That's rad, and that probably accounts for a lot of your diversification.
It does,
honestly.
yeah, it does.
So how does that work for you then? Are you constantly using that steam jacket mash tun then?
Well, so the unfortunate thing about the timing I came in was I didn't get to pilot any of these recipes. So they are just straight out of my head into your mouth.
Wow.
I don't. I mean, okay.
Phrasing.
Piloting. No. That's good phrasing. I like that. I'm gonna leave it. That's.
Stand by it.
I'm standing by that.
Do it.
No, honestly, it's a little overwhelming at first. There's a big learning curve when I hate to say it because this is the way I am, but if I don't have the option, I don't learn it. If it's not there, I'm not going to tease myself a little bit. That sounds, I guess that's stupid.
No,
but
that's absolutely.
Crazy.
It's not though, because why would you put all this effort into doing something that you can't do when you have a whole lot of other great resources right in front of your face to utilize?
Right.
It's a waste of time and energy.
Agreed.
I agree with you.
I agree. No, it comes down to learning about it is different than learning it to do the actual process. So, yes, I was aware of what different temperatures at different times would do, but now that I actually get to taste that difference, it is really cool. And it, doing the old world stuff makes you go down the history road. So you got to learn a bunch of what the tradition came from and why they brew that way. Like the why is so interesting in brewing. Belgian guys getting taxed would change how they brew their beer. So they would tax you for the grain that you put into the mash tun. So they would do first runnings, which would be, they brew with the grain once. They would get all that stuff pushed over, and then they'd just hit it with hot water, do it again, do a second running, try and milk as much stuff as you could out of that little bit of grain because you got to pay for it.
It's true.
So it actually, through confinement, putting yourself in a box came more creativity and a different way of doing things. So it's really cool to read back on. And by no means am I an expert on any of this stuff, but go read it. Half of the brewing is really cool if you look backwards. Mm-hmm. Pretty much world history is just tied into brewing, so you can go as far back as you want. It's really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good time. So
You'd be surprised how far back you can go.
It's overwhelming, man.
Yeah.
It's
Huge.
overwhelming. Yeah,
Huge.
it's really cool.
Fascinating, though. I absolutely agree. I try to do a little bit of that, but beer saved the
Same.
world, man.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Built the pyramids, man.
It
It
saved my
really-
career path. I'll tell you that much.
Well, there are a lot of times throughout. I mean, especially when the Black Plague was running rampant through Europe.
Yep.
You could drink beer. You can't fucking trust the water, but you can drink the beer.
Yeah,
You
it was
can trust the
boiled, man.
brewer.
Yeah.
You can trust your brewer. That's really cool. And that was a very common problem. There's a lot of innovation that came out of brewing, like Louis Pasteur figuring out yeast and how it works, and not that people didn't understand yeast so much, but they didn't never laid their eyes on it. They never
looked
got
at
to
it through
see
a
it.
microscope.
Yeah, man, it's a very different look, and it's cool to take the faith base out of it to show you the science base of it. And this, not that faith thing is not still in it, because I swear every brewer that's ever brewed a beer has to sit back and go, I hope this happens. I hope this works.
There's so many variables.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables, dude. So, it could go downhill fast. Who knows, Sorry, I got to catch up.
No, you're golden, man.
I was
yeah.
gonna say, we haven't even really talked about this beer and already finished it.
Yeah, just
I'm
drop
so
the
sorry. It is a very basic Pilsner. I had a lot of fun brewing this one. This is like my first smash Pilsner.
How would you describe a smashed Pilsner to the uninitiated?
I would say it is, if you can make a meal out of one ingredient. That's like what it is. It's like it's literally one type of grain and one type of hop.
Okay.
It's as basic and simple yet complex. And the complexity isn't so much in the nuances of what you. I'm failing here, dude. Here, let me do the pass down. It more or less it opens this variable window of good luck. I'm making you walk for no reason.
He needs the steps.
Good point. Don't worry about that. Pick up your knees.
Thanks, Will.
These lighter beers, they have a smaller window for success and a bigger window for failure. I mean, if your yeast gets upset, you can really taste how upset it got.
I've had many brewers tell me that. You want to start brewing, start dark.
Yeah, start dark, start big. Very much so. That's what we did on our when we first started brewing on the system. I really didn't know what to expect, so we went for a double IPA, something that could hide possible flaws if they're there.
Sure.
Not that they were there at all. It was a beautiful beer.
Flawless.
Lovely. Yeah.
It's just, but
Christmas in your mouth all day. Yeah, what are you going to do?
I mean, you can't deny it, quite honestly. You can't deny it.
It's undeniable.
It's undeniable. No, quite literally, our first was a double IPA, our second was a quad. And our mash tun was so full, like, it was a 12-hour brew day. It was enough to make me hate brewing.
Why did I do this again?
Yeah. By the end of the day, you're like, I guess I'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see. But so we stuffed that quad. We still have it. We stuffed it in some bourbon barrels.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
So we have a nice. We busted out. It's called Song of Solomon. It is a love song to our beautiful wives of our lives. It's for them. We did it for them. It's for the ladies.
You got to appreciate the ladies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Before we get into this next beer, I am actually curious because when I was looking at your guys' website, and I'm glad Will brought it up in the questions. Thank you, Will. I'm very curious about the Dewey Scales building. It's one of the older buildings in Idaho, like 100 and almost 15 years old.
Right. Yeah. That
has to be a cool place to land.
It is super cool. We had an earthquake not too long ago, and our poor taproom manager got to tell me about that. And
how did that go for you? Because if you're in Idaho and watching this, you remember that earthquake we had. I almost pooed myself. It was.
I got some stories there, but yeah. The earthquake. It sounded very noisy, I would suppose, and very dusty. The brick there is pretty old.
Yeah.
And that the building itself is like a photo shoot. I mean, there's so much character in that building, and it's beautiful. It's awesome. We got those Chinese tunnels underneath the building.
Really?
Yeah, you can go down there and check out. They used to. I believe the tunnels ran parallel with the street, so they had a way to go out during curfew. Right. The building across the street from ours burned down. I don't know, a long time ago, right? And a big part of my theory why it burned down so easy, because they were talking about it was like unsafe. It went so fast. It went up so quick. It's a big brick building. Yeah. Well, those Chinese tunnels are like stoking that thing, man. If you think about it, you got a big old, right? You got a big old air, like fast. A wind. Yeah, man. It's like, when the firefighters show up and they're like, you can't save it. You know what I mean? It's like, you're just down the street. What happened? But it's pretty interesting. So the building itself, it's remarkably, it's got so much personality. We have the escape room games upstairs from us.
Really?
Yeah. So, okay, I've yet to do what I've always dreamed to do and get really drunk and try and escape an escape room.
I've heard
We
the
have yet
drunker
to
you
do
are, the
this.
harder it is to escape.
You'd think that, but I'll find my way out. You know, I'll get out of there.
I'll just start crying until they let me out.
It's either that or no. It probably doesn't help. I know they got the cameras up and they know me, so they probably just let me sit there and suffer.
Suffers.
But
Deal with it,
so
Brad.
I haven't done it yet, man. But you got to. If you go up there, there's so many different versions of what the building could have been. It's almost like stepping through time. So you know what I mean? It's a weird insight to this. Like it's like a stage. It's like a set. You know what I mean? So after going up and checking that out, I was like, "Ooh, you have so many looks." You know?
That's
It's
amazing.
cool. Yeah.
So many great reasons to go visit you guys.
Oh yeah, no.
Absolutely, yeah.
Please come down.
The next reason to go visit is the Dry Lake Dunkel.
Dry Lake Dunkel.
Coming in at 5.1%. What do you know about this one?
So this one I had a lot of fun with. It is quite literally. I don't know. I'm not sure who you are out there that love hef so much, but you are buying so much hef that I had to do a dunkel. The dunkel.
We
is,
bought a lot of that.
Oh, thank you.
Good. It's
Oh,
good
thanks.
beer.
Thanks. There's weird excitement around it, like there's no hef out there or something. What happened? People are famishing.
It's something that's not an IPA.
I'm okay with that. I'm
Me
okay
too.
with that. That's cool, man. Yeah. So, no, it's just it's your dark hef, man. I mean, I had a little bit of caramel. It's pretty light.
It's a beautiful color beer. It really is. It's
Well,
just
thank you.
gorgeous looking. I like that kind of nice caramel look. I love a good Dunkel, a good Bock, a
Thank
good triple.
you.
Like I am a
Thank you.
sucker for the German beers. Hey, there we go, and
See,
it's Alvin's favorite.
Alvin's favorite.
Alvin's
there you
favorite.
go. It's coming
And if
back.
Alvin says it's good,
You know
Fucking
it's good.
I like it. We have another. It's a Munich Dunkel. We have a different Dunkel. It's got a little more roast on it. So this one's like the more light wheat caramel. I could crush multiple of them. I don't know. It's
Super
a nice.
crushable.
Yeah, and I like to do the half to the Dunkel, because you start tasting these weird similarities. Weirdly, you'll
Yeah,
catch
it's
a
pretty crushable.
citrus note in there that I'm like, in a Dunkel?
Well, it's
Like,
interesting.
I-
It kind of evolves for me as I'm drinking it. I've not had this before, and it's got a weird complexity.
I like it. It does
Very
have a
subtle.
little bit
and
of that citrus.
continues to
Weedy,
grow. Yeah.
So,
little
like,
caramel, a little malty, a little fluffy.
yeah.
Dare
I like that
say a
mouthfeel.
smidge of spice in there
Cool.
in a good way.
Yeah. Makes everything
Kinda
nice
hits ya,
for sure.
tickles the palate. Does a
Got a little hoppy.
merengue.
Moringa. Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite dance.
It just dances.
Yeah. Ricky Martin would be all about this for sure.
No, that's what I like. It dances.
Oh!
It leaves it there. It's living La Vida Loca, man.
Oh!
It just, she
Oh my
bangs, bro.
God.
She
She
bangs, bro.
Get me
she bangs.
out of here.
She bangs.
Oh
What are you
my
gonna do?
God. I'm out. Can I mic drop this shit? Living La Vida Loca.
She bangs, bro. What are you gonna do? I like it. No, this is a tasty beer. I strongly suggest as you were watching,
She
this,
bangs.
get it. It's good. Something you haven't had before.
If you want to
guarantee it.
live La
It's
Vida
special.
Loca, get some Dunkel.
Dunkel, baby.
I am so happy to hear it. Like every bit of this is my God, my wife is gonna love this so much. She lives La Vida Loca every day.
I can straight karaoke that song without background music.
This is true.
It's not a joke.
It's very purposeful why I mentioned that. Yeah.
I'll just say that I have a history with that song.
Me too. Me too. We're kindred spirits.
Does
Look
it
at that.
involve a checkerboard floor?
No. What are
No,
you
it does.
talking about?
No, it does. You're good.
It's Gunsta.
Oh, I love it, man. You got a good past going here,
Oh,
man.
Lord. Are you the sole brewer at 2C? Do you get some help now, or
I have help now, dude. I at first, but then I started going gray rapidly, and we found. Well, he found us, so we've been a part of like the Snake River Brewing Club, and I don't know if it's Home Brewers Club, right? Am I right? Dude, love those guys. Bob Hubler, dude, that guy he's a beautiful man. I gotta say, he came by and conversations with him is really nice. He knows like a ridiculous amount of everybody. He knows everybody, and he's a really great resource to tap into for for information.
plays fun?
So we did some sort of a shindig over at the Craft Brewers of Boise guys, Jeremiah Jones. Shout out! And
JJ.
Yeah, I like that guy. I like his name.
Jeremiah Jones.
Jeremiah Jones, dude.
That's
you're
American AF.
I
Rolls
hate
off the
saying it.
tongue.
I've met
Rolls off the
him
tongue.
once. No, I've met you twice. And the first time we got way too hammered up in Idaho Falls when we were
Nice.
doing NABA. And he told me about his book. That sounded absolutely amazing. But yeah, Jeremiah Jones. Love his name. We did a shindig over there. It was Snake River Brewers of Idaho. I couldn't go, so Alvin went for us and met my assistant now, who came in, Kirk, and he's been captaining things as his name implies, dude.
Does it
He's
make
been
you
taking
feel
over.
so powerful to
Nice.
have an assistant?
It makes me feel bad.
Does it?
It does.
I don't know,
it makes me. It makes me. I don't yell wench or anything. I mean,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love having the power because I'm in management, my other industry besides this, and I love it. Just being able to tell people what to do. And they're like, well, I don't want to. Well, do you want a fucking job?
I can't get used to it.
Okay.
Oh, so that's a heck of a plug. I
That-
didn't think of that. So I don't think of this because I'm not in any military service of any sort, but everybody else in my company is.
That's amazing. We always try
Oh,
to
except for Alvin. And who? She counts. She's too wonderful. The Army would have took her in a heartbeat.
But
They'd been
it's
like,
amazing.
You? Oh, get back here, girl.
So at Brewnomics, we are a big supporter of the armed forces. We have a lot of friends in the armed forces.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you hear that, they just said they cover all 4 branches.
Yes.
All 4 branches.
We're very veteran associate.
Which is huge. So, yeah, if you are in the military, we're in the military, support the military, another reason to drink this delicious 2C Family Brewing
And come on
beer.
down. We give you a discount too. We show the love. Since you guys show the love, it's a big deal to us, and it really it matters to us. So if you can come out and drink our beer, we'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
Good
Bring
deal.
that military ID, get a little bit of a discount.
Yeah,
There
dude.
you go.
And we always love the stories too. So if you want to come by and talk. Job. I know that's not the funnest thing in the world, but it's.
I don't
it's
know,
cool.
man. I've met
I
enough
love their
dudes in the
stories.
military. They like to talk
Oh
about it.
man, it's fun. I hate saying it, but it is. It's a
I
lot
love
of
hearing
fun.
the stories. I
Yeah.
want them to talk about it.
Yeah,
you don't
man.
work that hard to not talk about
Oh,
it.
right?
So-
I'm sorry. That's so far removed from how I've lived my whole life. So
Same,
it's
same.
very fascinating to me. So, yeah, it's really nice getting that kind of insight into the lives of the people around us. I'm blown away how many people are service members. It is very cool.
It,
So,
it really is. And they still need more somehow.
yeah. Hey, firefighters and all, first responders, everybody. Yeah, you too. Come on out.
Absolutely.
We love you guys too. It's
Absolutely.
no big deal.
You
Yeah.
guys work hard. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So let's appreciate this next beer, too.
Ooh, yeah.
And then we might have to take a break after this one.
Yeah.
But next
Maybe
we
we'll come back.
have
Just kidding.
the...
So this guy's the Dworshak Hefe. Now you got to say it right. Dworshak Hefe.
Dworshak Hefe.
So
He said it
because
slow, so you know.
I just had to mull that around in my mouth for like a day, and I loved it. Dworshak. So I don't know if it stems good or bad memories for a lot of Idahoans, but apparently it's a dam. Apparently, because I don't know much about this. Apparently it's a dam that that was under a lot of controversy for the salmon run thing going on.
Oh.
And damn it, it's just the name. I love the name so much that I jumped on naming it that.
It's just
And-
a damn name.
It's just a damn name. Thank you. Thank you. Can I do I drop it? That was but he got my permission. Marky Mark, yes.
Oh, and the funky bunch?
Double the
yeah,
double
good
the
there.
mark. He's Mark squared.
Frumpy
Not frumpy. Yeah, he's a little frumpy. Yeah, no, this is a straight up hef. So we went for Northern Bavarian. The style is a little bit lighter bodied. It's got this citrus thing going on there that I really like, and a little tiny bit of tartness. Don't judge me, but there is a little tartness in there. It makes me like want to drink it more, which I hate. Personally, as a it's like, I'm quenching your thirst, but I'm not. That little bit there, I hate. I'm like, quench my thirst, leave me alone. You know what I mean? But no, it does that. It's like, I need more, and then it's a slippery slope beer. So, I suggest it. I mean, dude. This and we played bocce ball. It was the kill. It was killer. It was so much fun. The Dunkel didn't pair so well with bocce. I just got to say, your activity is everything, I think.
Yes.
Right?
Gotcha.
This thing was like light, refreshing, and wonderful. The Dunkel was perfect for the burger that came afterwards. So
There you go.
we had
There
a
you go.
nice little
I can see
mix
that.
going on
It's a
there.
damn
Yeah.
good day.
I could see that.
Oh, yeah, every day, man. Yeah,
Damn
every
good day. No, this is really good. This was not the Hefe that we profiled.
No, it is not.
This is a different.
It is not. I
Hefe.
got a yeast from my buddy Jake over at the Ramp. Talbot, you're the man. He had the Weihestefan, however you say that, Weihestefan. You have to yell it, Weihestefan.
It's aggressive.
Yeah, it was their yeast, and I had never used it before. He was gonna dump it, and I thought, oh, I'll come by and give it a shot. So we threw another hef. The one you guys got to try, which was very awesomely reviewed on your awesome show, by the way.
It got tapped.
It got
tapped.
Ooh,
Ooh,
tapped.
loved it. Yeah.
I
Got a
thought I
keg
was
of
the
that.
only one. So, they're a little different. The yeasts are a little different. That one is a Southern Bavarian hef. Now, I had help, like, pinning down what, like, the best way to describe these beers. A hef's a hef to me, but after hanging out with some Germans, no, it is not. It is not the same. So.
Different standards.
Yes, dude. So their standards are pretty good in their mouth. Oh God, they can pinpoint a lot of stuff. So we were very delicately informed that the first one we did was a Southern Bavarian half, bigger mouthfeel, lighter citrus, and to me it was more like an American style half, a little bit more like that. This one is the Northern Bavarian, which to me has this lighter body, lighter feel, and I want to say the lemon is just heavy. I want to say it was more orange kinda on the other one. I don't want to.
I like
hate
the
putting-
lemon. I like the lemon in it, though. I was just gonna
Oh,
say that.
Thank you.
Because I was
You don't
gonna-
need to add one.
that.
I like
That was
that.
my follow-up.
Just answered
Yeah.
the
Thank you.
question.
Yeah.
Because I always have. There have been other podcasts, and I've talked about I do not like fruit in my beer. Okay. I remember I went to a certain bar. I won't name it. And the bartender, just using his grubby hands, grabbed a lemon
Those
and dropped it
bastards.
in my beer, and I didn't want it. And I was just like, "You motherfucker! You could have
Okay.
at least asked."
That
but
is a
if
lesson.
the brewer recommends to throw the fruit in that, I will always, always, always follow the brewer recommendation.
Thank you. I would write that on your. I would literally write that on the side of your can.
No
put
fruit.
a lemon
Or
in
put
it.
a lemon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or don't put a lemon, or I'll just yell at you.
Yeah.
If it
you want,
doesn't say put it in,
I
don't
won't
put
yell.
it in.
yeah, if you
with
want
love.
to take it to a whole nother level, yeah, put a lemon in it. You're good.
No, there you go. Well, here's a great example. Like towards the end of that 6-pack, if it needs to change a little bit of flavor for you, add a lemon.
There you go.
there you
That's a
go.
good way to go.
You heard
There
it
you
here.
go. But yeah, this is good. I like
thank
that
you, man.
lemon
Thank you.
aspect. It looks light for a hef. Usually think they'll look a little fluffier, a little cloudier. I just try to mix fluffy and cloudy. Cloudy's
Cloudy's a good way to go, man.
But no, this is nice. And again, it has a nice sweetness to it. It does have that tartness, but it's not too tarty. You don't want to get you don't want to go full on tarty.
No,
God, no.
you got
full
to
tardy.
you got
No,
a
no,
party
you-
to get to. You got a party to get to. So get there. All right.
I hate it when dude. I'll tell you what. When I first tasted that in there, my hair on my neck stood up. I'm like, oh shit.
Ooh.
And then like after the beer wasn't young anymore. I gave it some weeks, and I'm like, okay, this thing is. I'll drink this. I'll
We're
drink this.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. First off, I won't release a beer I won't drink. If
Solid.
I won't drink that thing, you won't drink that thing. And I dump beers a lot.
Really?
Yes, I do. I got one liver. I have one liver. This is the best
it's not
advice.
even a very good one.
You need to take care of that thing. Don't give it crap. Coors is putting you closer to the grave, and you're not even enjoying it. Like I'm saying, creme de la creme, man. Give it. It wants to live it up. It doesn't want to just do the hard work and then walk away. Like, come on, digging holes all day sucks. Like, you just give it something nice. Give it a
Yeah.
little, hey, how you doing?
Little back massage, maybe.
Yeah.
How's your father?
Little.
Hey, yeah. Look, ultimately, like, quality is everything, and in it's not about quantity. I just want to be able to finish a beer and be satisfied that beer, the next time I approach it, will make me just as satisfied as that first one. If not, make me fall in love with it even more. And I don't just throw my love out there, man. You gotta
Yep.
give me the song and
Earn that
dance.
L.
You gotta
Gotta be
court me a
judicious
little
with it.
bit.
Just a little bit.
Come on, wine and dine just a tiny bit.
Want to hear a pickup line? Maybe I want you to put effort. Yeah.
Just
Just tell me I'm handsome once.
Yeah. Just once.
just once.
Yeah.
For real. It goes a long way.
It does.
Well, cool. Well, let's take a quick break then,
do it.
if you don't mind, and then we will get back in, finish her on up. See you soon.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
when you come here, if you're a Boise Beer Buddies member, you get $5 off any growler fill. And make sure you check out the Tech Crew's Patreon, patreon.com/BagelTiger.
Woo. Woo.
No.
Woo.
They've made our ability to do this show and outreach so much easier. So we appreciate the shit
Absolutely.
out of it.
We would not be here if it were not without them. Thank you, Gabe.
Absolutely. So
Yeah, buddy.
let's drink another beer. I don't think we've had enough so far.
I don't think so.
No, you never do. You never do.
Are we drinking
ooh.
8 beers or are we 5 beers deep right now? Where
Drinking
are we at?
beers.
Okay.
What do we got here? Post, Funk, Saison.
Post funk?
I love funk, number 1. All
So
right.
how do
love
you
it.
how do
Thank
you say?
you.
Do you say
Thank you.
Saison? Do you say Saison? Do you say
I'm not French. I Saison? Saison?
Saison.
Don't beat me up in the streets. I don't know how to sound French.
French people can't fight? That's fine.
Saison. Saison is one of my favorite styles. It is a serious beer, and those French people know how to brew. I mean,
That's
they
true.
do really
I
dang.
really hope George St.
good-
Pierre didn't hear that statement. He'd whoop my ass so fast.
Oh, he's giggling. He's loving it.
Probably.
He's loving it.
5.9, so great percentage. I love beer around 6%.
I hear you,
Vic
man.
and I have a weirdly deep love for
Saison.
Saisons.
Yeah.
That we've talked about on the podcast many times,
Yeah.
but I don't think we've had this, and I love that it's called Post Funk.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, we got neighbors, pre-funk. We
Yeah,
love those
okay.
guys.
Pre-funk's
We love those guys.
Oh, that makes
We're
sense.
big fans
Cool.
of
Yeah,
pre-funk, too,
we're
so
the
I s-
after party. We just figured you head over there, come on over if you want some post-funk.
That's
you know?
Look at
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, you know, the funk word in the beer world is like, it's kind of loaded. So
Sure.
post-funk Saison, like, felt right.
Ooh,
It
that
felt
is a
good.
Saison, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, strong.
God, you guys do the old world beer. Who's got funk?
That's right. That's right.
Got the funk.
James Brown loves Saison, man.
And
He
cocaine.
did. Or
Uh,
and cocaine. James Brown loves everything.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead. He can't sue.
His family's coming after us, man. You
Yeah.
watch out. There's a lot of Browns out there. I don't know who's related to who, but
That's
You
true.
watch out,
there
man.
are a lot. Talking about the last name. So.
oh,
Yeah, I was having a good giggle about that.
that's
All
not
right.
good.
So
That
I
didn't
do.
come out right.
I really want to appreciate this old world style that you do at the
Thank
2C
you.
because I do. I tend to prefer non-American beer over American beer. I do love craft beer just because the community, well, and I
Right.
just love beer. But the thing
That
about
helps.
craft beer, especially locally, I don't know if it's a Boise thing, but I'm sure in most communities,
Yeah.
or not necessarily because you guys aren't in Boise or Nampa, Treasure Valley, Idaho, whatever the hell we want to call it.
Yeah.
But we bring a strong sense of community with our beer. It's not. Every now and then I might see a brewery squabble with another brewery, but that's few and far between typically. To your point, not that they're a brewery, but pre-funk and then having a post-funk beer, being neighbors with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Having collaborations, trying to reach out with Bear Island, do a vet-owned
Love Bear
brewery
Island.
with a vet-owned brewery
Yeah,
on
and
there.
Edge
Love
helping
these
you
dudes.
out
I
too at
love
the very
these dudes.
beginning. That's
It is. So
awesome.
it's really
No,
cool
they
to see,
love us. It's-
Boise
it's
Beer
awesome.
Buddies, to see that growth. It is important to, have like-minded people, like-minded passions, and drink some good fucking beer. But a lot of that, everybody's going to bring their IPA or their hazy IPA to the table. But it's nice to see that you guys bring a little bit extra.
Thank you, man.
And
Thank
I
you very
really
much. I
appreciate
appreciate that. That's very.
Oh, we
that's
love
a
that
very
extra.
cool compliment, man. Thank you, man.
I'm
no,
the one that's going to get beat up in the streets after that.
Oh, whatever. No, dude, brewers around here are so nice. I got to say, like, it is the brewing community around here that is why I know anything that I know. And it's very cool that everybody's willing to help out. If you can put in the time and ask the right questions, you can get very far. It's very cool here. The Treasure Valley, it's just all neighbors. Everybody's very happy to talk to you about, whatever concerns you may have, especially beer-oriented. And quite honestly, we just support each other. So lots of times we see a lot of these guys out at our brewery and vice versa. I live in Eagle, so their breweries are closer than mine. When I run out of beer, I'm more or less taking the shorter distance to quality, man. For real, yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's
going
very
to the grocery
cool.
store to get your beer in.
Yeah, totally, man. Which hopefully here pretty soon you'll be able to find some 2C family beers and some grocery. We're hoping to go into package here very soon.
I'm glad you
And-
brought that up because I was curious about your distribution
Yeah.
things because you're still ultimately a new brewery.
Uh-huh.
It's a
Uh-huh.
hard word to say at this point in the interview.
Yeah.
Brewery.
Brewery. We do beer.
So what have been some of the distribution challenges that you've faced, and what do we have going forward that we're looking?
Well, we're very very small group of individuals that are trying to do a very large amount of work. We fill in for our own distribution. We do all our own everything.
Self-distribute.
So we don't want to. I don't personally.
That's when the hustle is real.
I don't want to sound like mean or anything, but I don't want to go with a distributor. I'm until it makes sense. Right now, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So I don't want to go down that road.
Sure.
And I want to put it as far off as I can. They're the middlemen. I'd rather if I could show up and sell you the beer and me and you get to know each other. I think that's a lot better than some new guy, some new face every time. It's my beer. I want to know you're serving it well. I want to know that your lines are clean. I want to know that the quality isn't being compromised from my brewery to your
glasses
to your
are
mouth.
clean.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of variables that can go wrong, and we don't see a ton of it around here. Everybody's been quite well educated and serving very good quality beer and keeping it very top quality. But it's not that I don't trust a distribution to do it. It's that I'm that anal weird guy that just needs to. I can't trust you as much as I
you
can
telling
stare
me
at it and be like, I know.
You're passionate and care about your product and want to make sure it's represented well.
Oh, I like those words. That sounds better.
Fucking weirdo, right?
Yeah, this guy.
I didn't know the word anal turned
It's
into
pronounced
that.
anal.
Anal.
Thank you.
I'm a very anal person.
Anal can be turned into passion if you do it right. That's
For those of you still watching
And
at
we
home,
got cut, and the feed is dropped. Hello?
sorry.
Anyone?
It's your fault. You brought all the beer, bro.
Whoops. Look, if you want to have a good time like us, come grab some 2C beer.
if you
and
want,
make your parents
call 2C
blush.
for a good time. Okay.
Oh my god, my face is so red right now. So back to 2C beer. We've had
awesome.
a lot of diversification in your beer. A lot of
you.
diversity, which is more than just an old wooden ship. It.
Thought it was a pen.
So I want to get a little bit of that because you've got a slew of options to pick from. So if
yes.
you're like, I need a beer from 2C, which one do you grab? And subsequently, one thing I could imagine is you have a lot of beer, and as a brewer, I'm be like, I want to make a beer that, I want to drink a beer that I didn't fucking make. I want to drink somebody else's beer. So tell me, favorite 2C beer, and when you need a non-2C beer, one that someone else did that you can just enjoy, where do you go to?
Oh, bud. Okay, so my favorite 2C beer is a beer we did called Don't Haze Me, Bro. I loved it. My
great name.
My buddy Kano from Crux came in, and we had a hell of a good time brewing this one. We got to hang out and try some weird theories we've had about brewing and beer that doesn't typically get to fly at a lot of breweries. So it was really nice to kind of, untie our hands to try something weird and new. We basically did a no-boil beer. It's a raw ale, is another way of putting it, and a hazy.
Shimmy, yeah.
Yeah, dude. No,
yeah.
hazy beers are. There's a lot of approaches to making them. Lately, it's getting whittled down into a very standardized approach. So, a lot of these beers you find are very similar to each other. A lot of the same hops and a lot of these same kind of profiles. Maybe alcohol variations and a bit juicier or a bit grainier, or however you want to, lean. For us, it was really nice to be able to put together a very standardized West Coast IPA with a very weird approach to make it hazy. We didn't play around with adding flour or adding salts even or calcium or any of this stuff. We basically made a very wheat and oat heavy West Coast IPA, and it turned out to be ridiculously good. and well, to me, I loved it a lot. Between Kano and I, we very much enjoyed it, and I've been able to like try a lot of his beer since, and I think he's taken some inspiration from us because it was a very interesting kind of flavor profile that I'm starting to see in some Crux beers, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm not saying that's what they're doing at all, because I don't know. But I do know that it is really nice to be able to approach a beer in a weird way that we've never done to see some results that we were hoping for.
That's
And it
innovation, man.
happened,
Yeah,
man.
that's
It was
great.
really cool. So that was my favorite. The flavor's great. The profile's good. I wasn't. I'm not the biggest hazy dude. You know, it's okay. It's a good style. Dude. As people brew them more and more, I like them more and more.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, I think it's kind of like. I hated hip hop, and now I love hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I just kind of have a crappy opinion, and then I learn something, and I'm like, oh, I don't hate that.
I talk so much shit on hazies. I'm like, you drink fucking hazies, you loser. I'm like, oh, is this a hazy?
Yeah, I know. I do the same damn thing. I do. It sucks, but it's true. And I can't tell you how many times I'm like, hazy, and then I'm like, I'll take that again. I'll do another one of those. So I don't know how much of a stigma is ingrained in me because of that, but I don't know, man. It's really good. Outside of the brewery, what kind of beer I would go towards? I'm gonna say Saison DuPont if I have the money.
If you had the money.
If I have the money on hand to do it.
Find it.
I've noticed it's weirdly expensive lately. I don't know if that's just me or
probably a worldwide distribution thing.
I think so. Something's getting
like
weird.
Jumped up in prices.
Yeah. And
hopefully it'll level back out here in a bit.
Yes.
But I have absolutely noticed that too.
Yeah, man. So I do lean imports. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And if I know the brewer, that really helps. There's a lot of things like kind of like learning how hot dogs are made that you think about when you drink beer.
Sure. That's a good way to put it.
There's a cleanliness factor I always look for. So, get to know
100%.
your local brewers, man. Just get to know them, and
Just like your local delicatessen.
yeah, exactly. 100%, man.
Absolutely,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well, let's drink our next beer.
Oh, snap.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Looks like we got ourselves the Rio Del Sol 4% session IPA.
Okay, I thought I was going to have a hiccup fit that happens sometimes. It was. We're good. We're
He's
good.
excited.
Rio Del Sol.
I could scare the hell out of you. I think we get
Try. Okay. So, tell us about this beer. What type of beer is the Rio Del Sol? Looks like another light drinkable beer, coming in at 4%.
Yeah, very much so. Just session IPA, very straight ahead. Comet hops, just smash beer. It's just Pilsen, Comet hops.
Just Pilsen and hops, and
Yeah, man.
nice.
Yeah, this is since the weirdness that's been going on with this, get everybody getting back to work and whatnot. We were able to talk with the Mother Earth guys about, hey, can we bum some yeast from you, possibly get some beers propped up? And so we got some yeast from them. Decided to do. I like their yeast; it's really good. We used it for this guy. We decided to do just a smash to see what it was all about and check it out, and it's really dang good.
Super
And
dope.
So I
Simple,
was very happy about it. Yeah.
Clean,
Thank you.
crisp, delicious, crushable beer.
Absolutely.
Oh well, thank you very much. Now the Rio Del Sol thing is named after a brewery in Maine. It's Sun River Brewing, right? And these guys had a lot of
Just
issues.
had them on our podcast not too long ago.
Shut the heck up!
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Well, their beer, not them personally.
Good
I
on
was
you,
like, wait,
though.
okay.
You were able to find some of their beer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good on you, dude.
I
would.
then. Which one was it?
It
I'll
was-
get
it
back
was a
to you
grip
on
ago.
that.
Oh,
I'll
it was
get
a grip
back to you
ago.
on that one.
I love it when this conversation's relevant.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Because I remember being like, a beer from fucking Maine.
Dude,
That's
yeah.
far away.
I think
Well-
we might have had him on our tourney that we had last year. Maybe.
We just wanted to throw them a little, little support. They're dealing with some weird stuff with their governor, and there's been, since the stuff going on now,
Yeah.
there's a lot of contention going on with how to open, who's potentially a bad or a hot zone for whatever's going on. I'm trying to avoid using certain words here.
Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah.
So we just wanted to throw them a little kudos because they're kind of on the front lines of some weirdness in the brewing world. So for us, it felt necessary to just kind of, whether it was our own little way to do it, to just kind of shine a light on this weird turmoil that's going on in the brewing world. It's not bad. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's a great insight into the way the industry works. It's a very interesting thing. And I'll leave it up to everybody to look up Sun River Brewing in Maine to check out what's going on with them. There's enough news articles. I think you guys can read through them and get good idea of just what every brewery and across the United States is potentially dealing with when it comes to this weirdness.
This whole
right
weirdness, it is. And it's always strange to me because the little bit of brewing I tried, I was told the first 3 rules are sanitation, and sanitation.
Yeah.
One of the cleanest things, and obviously you got to make sure you clean your high-touch surfaces and stuff, but go support your local brewery, y'all.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you what, the cleanest places, oh my God, breweries are so clean. It's
and tattoo parlors. That's the other one.
Tattoo
that blows my mind.
parlors. Yeah. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of weirdness going on with like what's what or what's safe or what's not safe or deemed that way. I don't know. For us, we were just very fortunate to be in Nampa. We are very lesser affected by all this stuff. So we've fortunately had a city council that was very supportive of their local business to try and get us to start running. So we got a runner. Yeah. So it was really it's really nice to be able to not deal with the potential circumstances that could be hiding behind any corner right now.
Very true.
Yeah. So it's very nice for us to be able to at least shine a little light on some contention that very much so we don't have to deal with. Fortunately, thank you. Oh my God, I'm so happy.
That's pretty rad. So you just bring in a lot of awareness to that too. That's
I would like
super
to.
cool.
Yeah. This is a big part of Alvin and Mark's belief behind the brewing scene. I mean, they're really some of the biggest things they were pushing when I was first getting on board was education and trying to educate our customer and consumer base that about these older styles and perception-wise, less so received and well received. It's difficult to pick up a bunch of imported beer and call it fresh because it's not. And it's really hard to tell the quality of that beer or the potential it had without being right there at the fresh source. So it's our best attempt to bring that quality and that experience here to Idaho. It's a very odd thing to find in Idaho, I feel. But it's it's like a dream come true for me. I mean, I'm a kid at a candy shop. I'm totally into it. So.
Well, especially with that Steam Jacket mash tun you get to rock every day. Look at you winning all day. I love
it. Feels pretty good. So it's cool to be able to like shine a light on the industry in this way, but there is so much going on right now that it's kind of hard to pick all directions or cover all things that's going on.
True. Yeah. So you can only pick and choose, and I love that. Just basically the brewing community is a community, and you're definitely shining a light on that. And so, we got to stick together. We got to stay strong. We got to continue to help each other out.
Yes.
And it sounds like that is the philosophy of 2C, and you guys definitely live that. So kudos to you guys.
Well, we'll do our best. I really want to get to a point where we can, I'd love it if you guys walk in and I know your name. I just want to be like, hey, Steve, hey, Bill, what's up? Come on in, grab a beer.
Know your brewer.
Here's some weird stuff. Yeah, come know the brewer, man. I think that's a lot of fun.
Plus, everybody wants their own cheers.
Cheers is come on, man.
Know your name?
Tell me it just
I want to
doesn't
know
make you
your
go,
name. I want to play you that
place to
song.
be.
Exactly. I love that, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Those lyrics come true. I love it.
Which we cannot afford.
No, we cannot. We cannot.
I'll shut up. I won't sing it at
All
you.
right. So let's get into our Rapido Fear Questiones. You ready for this?
I don't know.
Maybe.
We're about to find out.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You come up with what your gut is, okay? Don't think about it too much. Just go with what you feel, all right?
That is a scary. That's your. Okay.
I'm open. I get it, especially where we're at right now. All right, number one. Okay. There's about 31 here. I'm not going to ask all of them, but we're going to get through a fair bit of them.
I can auctioneer this. Go ahead, rapid fire.
Winning. All right.
How many?
Uno, big party or small gathering?
Small gathering.
Noise, swimming or sunbathing?
Sunbathing.
Phone call or text?
What?
Phone call or a text message?
Phone call.
Look at you winning all day like that.
Yeah, phone call.
Everybody's answered phone call, and I'm like, don't fucking call me. Text
No.
me. That's
Bullshit. Yeah.
No,
No,
if you
I would
want-
much
Guess that's
rather
me.
have a phone call all day. Yeah.
Yeah, call me or text.
Yeah. If it's a short message, sure, leave it a short message. All right.
Call me because I'm not picking up.
See, that's how it
always so I
works.
don't have to talk to you.
Yeah, and I like to see it go to voicemail. That's what it works. Yeah. Okay.
It's full.
Let's keep going.
Keep going.
No longer leave messages. Cups in the cupboard, right side up or upside down?
Upside down.
Upside down.
Yeah, that's my wife.
Interesting.
I actually I
It's also
like.
the right answer.
Yeah, I like that.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, especially
many
when you pour
bars you
beer,
go
you don't
into?
get dust in it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Game on.
Ooh. Yeah, thank you.
Oh man, we're just bringing treats all day. Look at this guy. All right.
We're stumbling out of here, guys.
Dove, one hundo. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you prefer a rich friend or a loyal friend?
Loyal.
Of course. Marvel or DC?
Oh, dude. Dude, why are you doing that to me?
This one's getting you.
Well, yeah, because I'm kind of garbage at this. Okay, so Superman
Sure.
is DC, right?
Correct, Amundo.
And Marvel's all the X-Men?
Yes.
Okay, Marvel then.
Okay.
I grew up on the cartoon.
Oh, the 90s?
Yeah. And then it was always so, God, I hated Jubilee. She was the biggest, she was such a, who wears a yellow trench coat with the,
It was the 90s.
I know, but Dick Tracy, come on.
I love Dick Tracy. What are you talking about? That's
I love Dick
fantastic.
Tracy too. What was she thinking?
Yeah. Well, you know, all right, Dan. Let's think-
Gambit. I loved him.
Let's think about
Gambit
it.
was
Best,
cool.
Gambit.
He's
yeah.
the best. You think about it this way, like Jubilee's wearing all yellow. She's the one who's going to be the target. She's a diversion. She's like the Robin of the X-Men. That's
You
why
can
he's
join our
wearing
team.
bright colors. That's how it works. All
Wait,
right.
I'm sorry. She's young and experienced.
And
Kind
expendable.
of stupid. Perfect.
Yeah.
Get her
She-
in here.
Her power's fireworks.
Send her in
bro.
first.
Yeah.
She has sparkly powers.
Exactly. See, you're all right. No worries. Plus, greatest theme song known to man. I don't care who you are. That song gets you pumped every day of the week. Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't haunt my dreams like the X-Files song, though. That thing haunted my dream. I don't know why, man. Holy crap. I, like, when I was a kid, I'm like, I'd go to bed, I'm like, whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. X-Men
Yeah.
never did that to me.
No, the truth is out there, man, for sure.
It's all about a balance.
Which X is
God, I
it?
have a simple life.
Good God. Cornhole or horseshoes?
I'm going to say cornhole. The horseshoe. I suck at horseshoes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cornhole's the best.
Cornhole.
Also,
for sure.
it was just on ESPN.
There's
8,
consensus
the
here.
Ocho.
It was on the Ocho.
Check
That's
it
true.
out.
Ooh.
Brought to you by Johnsonville Bratwurst.
See,
Not a
that's how
sponsor.
you Ocho with the Johnson Brewers. Free advertising. Sorry.
Okay. 80s or 90s?
90s. Yeah, born in the 80s.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Smart or funny?
Funny. I
There
don't
you
care
go.
how smart you are.
Yeah, toilet humor?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I don't care. It's always solid. Do what
Yeah,
you want to do.
we're you know,
Parts are
everything
always
degrades quickly. You know, it's like the law of the universe. It's going downhill quick.
Because they say in Letterkenny, the only thing funnier than farts are kids falling off bikes.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
True story. All right.
Wow. Yeah. If you look at my YouTube history, that's pretty accurate.
I believe you were just
Fucking
describing
kids
an
falling off
incident with a
bikes.
microphone. Yeah.
That's messed up.
Solid.
That's messed up.
Love it. Choose your superpower.
I would have the power to fix your problems.
Whoa. Interesting.
Yeah.
Look
Is
at
that
the
a cool?
nobility on this guy.
Yeah.
Isn't
I
that
don't
a
know.
cool ass superpower? I think that'd be cool, dude.
That is a pretty cool.
That-
one.
That's
It'd
a
be
cool
pretty
power.
sick of dealing with your problems.
So you're
but-
like a Meeseeks.
Exactly. Yeah, Meeseeks box. Yeah.
Ooh, only without
Hopefully
the
with not
suicide
that-
part.
without the death afterwards.
I don't want
Existence
to.
is pain.
That sounds like a bad problem right there. I don't
Yeah.
know if I can fix that one.
Yikes.
No,
Really?
yeah. If I had the superpower, I'd fix your problems, or I would fix my own problems. I guess one of the two.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Depends on how selfish I'm feeling that day.
So would you rather? Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather?
Oh gosh.
Good point.
Beach or mountains? What do you got?
I'd say beach just because I live in the mountain area. I've been doing mountains enough. I think it's time for some sandy goodness and some not swimming but sunbathing. There you go.
Oh god. Ski or snowboard? Guess that answers that question.
I've never done. I don't know.
Wow. It's impressive.
Uh-oh.
That's also my answer's neither.
Neither?
I'll be in the lounge drinking.
My head's too far from the ground. I see those people whip, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. I feel like you're a snowshoe kind of person.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
Maybe a Nordic ski track. You'd be all right.
Remove the hills if it's a flat track or
Sure,
whatever. No,
okay.
And
okay,
the snow.
sledding. I will sled.
There we
Okay,
go.
there
But
you go.
if you get me to the top of the hill, then I'll sled.
Then we'll
Okay.
sled.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a little pull system for that. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, Sonny's. Good point. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like,
Well,
didn't
there's
think
always
about
an
that.
example to learn from.
Didn't
here.
think about that till now, but since I did, not gonna happen. All right, couple more: hamburger, pizza, or taco. Guess it depends on which day of the week it is.
You guys are jerks. Those are.
Yeah.
We are literally surrounded by those restaurants,
all day.
so I can't pick. I mean, I would say my favorite thing to eat. I'm Lebanese. It's Lebanese food, dude. I'm sorry. It's
super
Lebanese
cool.
food. So I'm gonna say a taco because that seems to be the closest thing.
Closest
Closest to it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Super rad. No, I appreciate that. All right,
Yeah.
last one: ninjas or pirates?
Okay,
Oh.
so this is
Oh,
my
man.
issue with ninjas. This is
Lot
my
of
because I'm
help
getting,
here, guys.
I'm getting
Ninjas.
some coaxing over here from
The
ninjas.
2C crew giving you some
Here's-
input.
Here's my issue. A pirate, everybody knows about, and that guy's swashbuckling with everybody. A ninja, you're not supposed to know about this dude, and he just kind of shows up and disappears one day. I want to be that asshole. Everybody's like, oh my God, look out for Bearded Dan or whatever the hell, this scary swashbuckling whatever. That's way more fun than a ninja.
Plus,
Sure,
pirates
yeah.
get rum.
Pirates get rum. And they drown. That's so much better than getting your head chopped off or something crazy.
Yeah, you're the king of the seven
Is
seas,
it,
bro.
though? I feel like getting your head chopped off is much faster than drowning.
I don't know. It depends on what you're using, I
I've
think.
never done
Drowning's
either,
the
though.
wet hug. It's just like you're done. Just take it. You're out. I don't know about beyond there. Beyond there, like, it goes downhill fast, man. So
If I could relocate, I would. That's outrageous. I love that. Okay.
is that your rapid fires?
I think that's pretty much the long and the short of it.
Thank
That's the short and the
Do we have
length.
any we missed? Ooh, who's your favorite celebrity, Chris? Evans, Hemsworth, Pratt, Rock, Pine, or Nolan?
Oh, my God. That's so good.
There are a lot of Chris's.
Those are a lot of Chris's. My favorite, Chris Kattan.
Not even on the list.
I'm sorry,
Well done.
but when he's like,
He picked Mango.
Yeah. This is
I
mango.
know. Oh my God,
Solid
dude,
work,
what is
solid
that
work.
movie? Corky Romano. God,
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh my God.
I laughed so hard at the dumbest movie. Oh,
I love
Chris
that you went with
Kattan.
Corky Romano. All right.
Chris Kattan. No,
Solid.
it's either him or Chris Tucker. They're both as
Not even on the
ridiculous.
list either. I love it. I love it so hard. Did you just love Rush Hour?
Sorry, I hear Chris's and I'm like, who do I like? Chris, dude. Chris Hemsworth is. I don't remember him. Yeah, I do. Is that Thor?
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth is Thor.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's pretty funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Evans
Oh,
is
yeah.
Captain America.
He was also,
I never saw it. Don't
Pratt is-
don't hurt me.
Also, Captain Kirk's dad in the Star Trek. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Weird. I don't like that.
Well, let's drink the last beer of the night. Moving on from Chris's. Sorry, Chris.
You're okay.
You're all right.
All you Chris's are just
I
fine.
love that you moved. Look at Chris Kattan, man.
Dude, Chris Kattan's great. Don't judge me.
I'm not.
just
I
teasing.
love it so hard.
There's
I
no
love
judgment here. We leave that to Jesus. Don't you worry. So
We'll take care of that.
Thank you.
So now we got our last beer of the night. We're finishing off with a nice little 8% IPA. You could almost call that a double IPA.
God, based on what we've been drinking, this is the highest up there by like 2 to 3%.
Candy,
Yeah.
fruit, shake.
Yeah.
I've already had a few sips of this.
Oh, good. Yeah.
It's fucking wonderful.
It's a great aromatic on it, too.
And it does not drink like an 8%. If you told me this is an 8% and I didn't see it on the can, you know what I'd call you? I'd call you a liar.
I would, too. I'm sorry, but it's scary. It's a scary beer. Don't let it sneak up on you.
Dangerous, man.
I had to try it on some friends, man. Some like bigger friends than me, because about one of these I'm good.
Yeah.
So I had to do about dude.
And there with you, buddy.
This is where the 220 pounds comes into handy right there.
This is you're carrying your weight, man. That's a good way to go. Good way to go. I don't know, man. Like 8%'s about my threshold, like physically. Like physically.
Sure,
Beyond that, I'm just like, okay, guys, like no.
When
I'm
you
good.
hit the Ocho, you're playing for keeps, bro. Yeah.
I don't know, man. So I'm not. This is technically a milkshake IPA, and I say technically because I really hate like everything inside of me. Just I don't like mixing those words milkshake and beer.
Feels wrong.
Is there lactose in this?
Yes.
Good thing it was the last beer of the night.
You gonna poop funny?
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Gonna get some
Oh, is there an allergy
farts.
thing I'd never warned anybody about?
It's an intolerance, not quite an allergy, but you're gonna suffer along with me. Don't you worry.
Well, this being the last episode for him, for Jerry here, just prepare yourselves for me taking his spot.
Yeah, coming to you live in Smell-O-Vision.
I can't escape them. Everybody's like, let's bring the lactose.
So next time we'll just start with our lactose. We'll have a lactose pilsner.
Just
and
see
our
my just
lactose.
rising out of my chair slowly. Excuse me.
Yeah, look. I just.
Green screen and a toilet for you, Jerry. Don't worry.
Oh my God! Can we green screen you in? You don't even have to show up. That technology these days. Do that to my job.
I'm afraid of that. I am afraid of that.
How do I green screen in a brewer? Kirk?
We can do
Kirk? Can you put my face on? Is there a way to like?
I think that's like
Holy crap! This is cool.
the real brewer.
Uh-oh.
I know the escape games are gonna have fun with that idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, sorry to load you up with the lactose there, but yeah, there's a lot of lactose in there, dude. I'm so sorry. There's a lot.
He's like, there's a lot coming direct from the brewer. Yeah, that's rad. You just made my day. I want you to know that.
Sorry about that.
And I already finished mine. So
Wow, it's
You
a
can
tasty
see how
beer.
slow I'm going
It's
with
a
this guy.
tasty beer. I love it. Yeah.
Well, so no, you know what? It's getting a lot of love. A lot of Nampaites, Namponians, Nampaites. Yeah, those people out in Nampa love it.
Nampanians.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So we were just shooting for the juicy milkshake kind of opposite IPA. Like in my brain, it's opposite from what I'm used to. IPAs, bitter and.
it is not bitter.
It is not bitter,
But it's also
No.
with it being a candy fruit milkshake, I'd also expect a lot more sweetness to it.
Ooh, really?
And it's I would and I don't get it. There is a subtle sweetness to it, which is good, but not overly sweet.
Thank you.
You said there's
I
a lot
love
of
that.
lactose, but I'm sure I'm gonna feel it. I didn't really taste it, and I can usually taste lactose.
You will feel it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm sorry, man.
Well,
you
no,
will feel it.
I'm curious. What type of fruit did you use? Like a candy fruit, really? Like, did
It's
you?
no fruit. There's
Oh,
no
man.
fruit in this. I'm so sorry. That was the naming of it. I'm like, okay, it smells like. So we got some passion fruit. We got a little orange, a little guava.
Oh, little.
I sat there and
POG,
I was
little
like,
pog.
so I got a
Yeah.
little pog juice. I'm sorry, I can't say pog juice. Everybody asked me what the heck a pog is. I'm like, there's no slammer involved.
Ugh.
There's no. Yeah, bro. Yes, that's. Thank you. So. The pog juice description was a little interesting. I got a little vanilla. I got like just tons of sweet notes and the guava juice kind of thing going on there. So I was like, this is very candy-like for an IPA, and I went with candy fruit. I like the name. It's fluffy and bubbly. I think it would sell to people that like fluffy and
It was
bubbly.
also my nickname in high school.
Fluffy and bubbly. Yeah. Yeah, we had to shorten it up. It was called Flubbly for sure. They're like, dude, that's a mouthful. We can't do that. Yeah.
You guys are telling me this would be fun. I thought this would be work. That's awesome. You made my day, bro.
Hey,
All right.
you're
Thank you.
here.
Thank you. I'll tell you what. Like, no, it's there's nothing wrong with loving it.
No.
I mean, so if everything inside of you says love it, just let it happen.
Let it happen, baby. Just let it happen.
Just pour some joy over yourself.
Just let it happen.
There you go.
Now, I do suggest if this is too sweet, maybe add a little tequila. If 8% isn't enough for you, we can.
You tell me to add a little tequila.
Mm-hmm,
I'm gonna add a little tequila.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So there's approaches to this. Now, as far as like doing it again, I would think 9% on the next one. I know that sounds weird, but just a little bit hot, a little more alcohol to kind of balance the sweetness a little more, and I think it would be a well-made beer at that. But I think there's a first iteration, so I'm trying, bro.
What if you did this and then did a tequila barrel aged version of it? Just
Wow,
like that
look at you thinking. I love that. That's
Yeah.
a great idea, dude. Well, we can do a Brewnomics tequila candy shake. Do you want your name on a lactose beer?
I just want my
Yes.
name on a beer, bro, whatever it is. And there can just be a tiny little picture on the back of the label of me just...
This is what I want you guys to do, is start giving a thumb of approval or disapproval, because it's the same thumb. We can just switch it upside down or whatever. So if our beer gets your approval, let's just like shove your little Jerry thumb on there.
There you go.
I'd love it. I'd love every bit of it.
Oh,
It would make my day.
All right. Well, I feel like I could literally do this all day, but I
no.
don't feel like people would watch this all day. Maybe they would. But I think it's unfortunately about that time to
I hear you.
call it a go. My
Heck
least
yeah.
favorite part of the conversation is always the goodbye.
Well, guys, thanks for having me, though.
Of
Yeah,
course.
we like it. Yeah, we
let's
had a great
redo
time.
some plugs real quick.
Okay.
Check out theloungeboise.com/tickets. You can buy some virtual tickets. 50% goes to the performers. 50% goes to the tech crew. You can also watch on twitch.tv/loungeboise. You can go to loungeboise.com for growler fills, deliveries. You can come in-house noon to 5 Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I like Wednesday.
Wednesday
Yeah.
it comes.
Wednesday's Winner's Day. Okay, come in, grab a
You
beer.
guys are naming so many beers. We got a Wednesday beer.
Wednesday has too many syllables, I suggest, apparently. Until
Come
Sunday.
in, grab a
And
beverage,
then-
have a seat, enjoy your day.
Big
I love
shout
it.
out to the tech crew. Check out their patreon.com/bageltiger. Come to the lounge if you're a Boise Beer Buddies member.
Oh my God, he does what I do.
Alliteration aside, you'll get $5 off your
Yeah, you can also be a B cubed. You're all right. Don't worry about it.
If you guys see these sweet hats here, we're going to do a little follow 2C Family Brewing
Please
and
join
Brewnomics,
us.
and we're going to do a little giveaway here. Remember, 2C Family
Yes.
Brewing. You can check out their Instagram, Twitter, Facebook under that, or 2C Family
I don't
Brewing.
think we have a Twitter. No, we don't have a Twitter.
You
We're not
cannot check
political
out their
enough,
Twitter.
guys.
You cannot-
Sorry.
no one
We
tweets
don't.
anymore except for fucking. Never mind.
No, you're on the
Join us. Join us online.
Join us
please,
and make sure
please.
you go check out 2C Family
Yes.
Brewing in Nampa in the what's the name of the building again?
the
Dewey Decimal System building.
Dewey.
Perfect.
Dewey.
Yeah, because they
Dewey
use a
Scales.
library
It's Dewey
catalog
Scales
system.
building.
Yeah.
Hey, tag these dudes in their like comment section on I don't know what Instagram. Is that what
Sure.
you guys do? Tag these
Sure.
dudes. Try and win this growler and bring
Win
it
it.
in, and we'll give you some free.
There we go. You get a
Fills.
free badass refillable
We'll
growler.
give you a
and
high five. We'll give you all kinds of cool things like we'll just love on you.
Whatever
That's just what
socially
we do.
acceptable. And remember, if
Perfect.
you are veteran military, former military, first responder,
Yes.
check them out.
Please.
Get a discount. They do
We
great
love you
things.
guys.
Amazing veteran-owned establishment. One of the most badass military ladies you're going to see. Good crew around them. So please check these guys out.
Thank you.
You'll just be doing yourself a favor more than you will these guys because you need their beer in your life. I promise you that.
Oh, my heart.
So, again, I can't thank you guys enough for taking the time, bringing the crew, coming on down,
Yeah, thank you,
providing
man.
us with this amazing beer.
Absolutely.
Again, Lounge, thank you for the spot to do it. Vic, did I miss anything?
No, you didn't, man.
All
Kicking
right.
ass.
Well, until next time, thanks for checking us out. I'm Jerry.
I've been Vic.
I'm Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
All right.
Yeah, no problem.